And here today in this room, we will be celebrating the 200,000 followers by doing a Q&A. Like I said, this video is long fucking overdue and I'm so sorry. I've been either busy doing things, sleeping, procrastinating, or just being plain sick. So, without further ado, let's get started. All of these questions are from either Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Yes, this is from my Instagram followers. Shit, and I didn't even. So, I have all my questions on my little laptop over here. You know what? Let's get started. I already appreciate all you people out there actually giving me genuine questions. Like I get a lot of like not so helpful questions all the time. It just, it really pisses me off, depending on my mood. But some of y'all just ain't really helpful. Let me just put it like that. The first question is from Instagram, and they said, bro, would you rather buy Teo Ice or Teh Tarik? Honestly, bro, I'm a Teh Tarik person. I grew up with I always go to shopping with my mom. Okay, not shopping, just being used as free labor because, Asian moms be like, I'm gonna bring you to the grocery store. You can buy some stuff that you like. But you end up having to be your mom's pack mule at the end of the day, and you gotta carry 10,000 bags, and you get mad bicep muscles and all that. After we go to the supermarket and she makes me carry all that shit to the car, we go for breakfast, and she was the one that introduced me to Teh Tarik. Basically, it's just milk tea made in a special way, just by pouring it back and forth so it's get all bubbly and all that. But I don't know, I'm just a Teh Tarik person, No offense to all the people who like Teo Ice out there, it must be pretty fucking amazing to you, but it's just not my thing, My second question is also from Instagram, and it's by my beloved Riakami. Fucking love you, bitch. Never gonna stop fucking loving you, bitch. Oh fuck. There goes my earring. It fell right onto me titty. Let me just fix that real quick. No one saw that. Why is it fucking dropping? Jesus Christ. The question is, tips on blending. Okay, this isn't really a question, I guess. Tips on blending eyeshadow. Small eye squat, what up? How I blend my eyeshadow. I figured it out throughout the years because my eye shape isn't like all my other friends with them big eyes and shit. My eyes are tiny if I don't put anything. So what I normally do is, because my eyes are almond shaped, you can't really see. My eyes are almond shaped because obviously I have makeup, you can't see that shit. My eyes are almond shaped, so I can't do that typical wing. Because if I did, it'll make it look a lot longer, which isn't what I really want. And normally how I draw my liner is down. So when I draw downwards like a droopy eye, I'll take my shadow and I'll follow it, and then I'll put some kind of darker eyeshadow on the bottom. Can't tell, you can't really see, but normally how I would blend my eyeshadow is obviously the lighter color in front and the darker in the back, because that's where you want the actual shadow to be. And then your crease will be darker as well. If you have double eyelids like me and you want them to be more obvious, you just take a little bit of dark brown eyeshadow and then you just shade it in. But if you're the kind that likes to draw double eyelid creases on top, because I've tried to do that, but I don't really have that big of a gap in between my eye and my eyebrow. So me drawing that would be kind of redundant. So normally I would like to draw my eyeliner really thin so you can see my double eyelid. I think I keep sidetracking. Tips of blending eyeshadow. Honestly, I don't really know what to give to you. I just go in and do what I feel looks right. And if I fuck up, I fuck up. Sometimes I really just fuck up and get black eyeshadow everywhere, and I just get real pissed. It just depends on, how much luck you have that day. I'm sorry, I'm not really that helpful. Ria, I still love you though. Love you, bitch. The next question, also off Instagram. What's your most memorable cosplay? As for me, I have been cosplaying for 9 years now, since I was a little teen weeb. My most memorable cosplay, I think it would be Tracer from Overwatch, because at that moment, like when I cosplayed her, it was just when Overwatch was released not long ago, and we didn't have a lot of cosplayers in Singapore who did that. I knew a handful, but none of them have done Tracer yet. At that point, Tracer was pretty easy for me to play, and I felt that Tracer was one of my favorite characters at that time. Obviously, over time, with new characters being introduced, my liking towards characters have kind of shifted towards like another one, but that's how it is. But at that point of time, I really loved Tracer. The fact that she is just really happy and preppy kind of caught me, because I have like a soft spot for people who are like that. Plus, she's just really, I don't know, there's something about her that makes me really fucking love her at that point of time. Plus, she was the cover girl as well, which I guess kind of gravitated to me towards her. Before you play the game, like you always see the cover art and you're like, oh, that looks interesting, or this character looks interesting, or like, oh, this an important character and all that, so you pay more attention to them. And for me, when I cosplayed Tracer and I tried to get her personality right, because I feel like in pictures and stuff, that's how people, they remember you for. Like, you don't want to do a cheery character where you're all down and gloomy, because that would kind of ruin it for you. I guess ruin it for some people who really have really enjoy that character. Yeah, because Tracer's personality isn't anything like mine, because I'm very awkward and like I'm not very sociable in person. But I tried my best to, and the first time I brought her was to Smash Australia, but a few years back. I don't actually remember the exact year. The responses were really overwhelming, and I was really happy. It was my first event out of Singapore, to be honest. Like, anywhere that isn't here. I got so many really nice responses from everybody, and it kind of made me feel really happy. Like, when you're going to somewhere that you've never been before, and you're kind of like not sure what people would treat you, because it's like a whole different culture. Seeing that people are actually genuinely really nice, and they're very open to talking to people and complimenting people, and like the amount of comments that I got that were good, like good responses, I was just really happy. That same feeling rolled towards Singapore when I brought her to STGCC. They had an Overwatch tournament there. I decided to drop by that specific area because I wanted to play. So I went there in my Tracer costume with my other friends who did Overwatch as well. I think at that point I was the only Tracer in Singapore. When people who were competing in the Mountain Dew Cup, like an actual tournament, they saw me. Most of them tried to find me, but unfortunately they couldn't. After all these years, I've talked to them. I bumped into them like again, and we talked. And eventually these people became my friends, and I love most of them to death, honestly speaking. They are the sweetest people. But yeah, these people, they were so enthusiastic, and it just made me really happy that people really enjoyed what I do. I don't know, it's just a really, I guess it's the most memorable cosplay that I've done. The next one, also from Instagram, Nam Titties or Nam Titties. For all you non-K-pop fans or non-ARMY fans out there who don't understand this joke, let me explain. Honestly, there is nothing to explain. It's just, I need a blown up picture of like Namjoon's titties right here, and then you'll understand what I mean. There you go. Enjoy. My answer would be Namjoon's titties. I don't know if I would get like flagged or what for showing like titties on video, but look at those titties. How can you deny those? Like, excuse me. Hello. This shouldn't be allowed. Nam titties. This one's from Facebook. It's a K-pop question again. You guys really know that I like K-pop. I appreciate that. Who is your bias in Mamamoo? Hello from Vancouver, Canada. Hello, people in Canada. Who is my bias in Mamamoo? Honestly speaking, I feel like I'm caught between Hwasa and Wheein. Although I feel like, because of that one Hwasa and Wheein moment in tweet, I feel like my inner self has been satisfied in some way. But I love Wheein. She's so beautiful. I love her voice. She's amazing at dancing. She's getting more confident, and I really feel her. So yeah, I guess I'm more of a Wheein person, but if I were to pick a ship, it would be Wheein and Hwasa. Okay, the next ones are from Twitter. What inspired you to start cosplaying? I don't think I was really like inspired to cosplay. It was more like me wanting to jump into a new experience. I was introduced to cosplay by a friend in high school, and like we realized that like both all of us, our entire group, we love anime, and but he was the only cosplayer at the time, and at that time, cosplaying in Singapore wasn't a big thing. So to me, I was like, oh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Like, is that a thing that happens in Singapore? Because I've never seen it before. And he was like, yeah, I do that. Like, I've cosplayed like Vocaloid because it was really big at the time. There was a convention coming, not really a convention, there's a small cosplay gathering held by my friends coming soon, like in that weekend. Like, do you want to come check it out? And I was like, sure, I'm free that weekend. Like, why not? I went to that event. Like, it was a really small event. I forgot what the name was. I went there, and at that point I wasn't a cosplayer yet, so I just went there in like regular clothes, being a normie, like being a big normie weeb, I guess, if that's a thing. I went there, and he ran towards me at the door, and he's like, hey, you came, and he was in his like whole costume and stuff like that. And I looked around, and everyone was in costume. Like, I think it was a Vocaloid theme thing, so there was like Gakpo, Kaito. I didn't really think I saw a Mako there. I don't think she wasn't really that popular. Then there'd be like tons of Mikus, Len, Rin. To me, it's something that I've never seen before, because these kind of things, they aren't really widely promoted. So like, to me, I saw all of them just enjoying themselves, role playing. It really intrigued me in a way, because I've never seen any of this before, and all of them were just genuinely having a great time. It just sparked me to try it. So many people expressing things that they like in like different ways, and for them it's being their favorite character, being like their favorite character, and it intrigued me as a person to try it out. And up till now, it's been 9 years and I'm still doing it. I don't really have any regrets. I have taken a few hiatuses from time to time, like 5 years ago ish. Sometimes if it's too much, you can just take a break and then just go back in full swing, which is what I did, and I feel so much better now. Yeah, I really appreciate every one of you who've been supporting me thus far, because 9 years is a lot of time for just one person to just go through all this and get all you people to actually know who I am. I'm actually surprised that I got this far, so thank you so much. And let's go to the next question. What was your first convention as you invite? I assume that's trying to say that what was the first convention I was formally invited to. I think the first convention that I was formally invited to was Manga Festival in Vietnam last year, I think. Yes, it was. Because previously I've been going to conventions, but it's because I was there for something else, and that convention happened to be in that time frame that I was in that country, so I decided to drop by, and like the organizers were like, hey, do you want to be unofficial guest for this event? I was like, sure. But my first official convention invite was Manga Festival in Vietnam, I think last year, if I remember correctly. The next few questions are from Facebook again. What's your battle tag? Could I add you as a friend in Overwatch? What's your take about the GOATS meta, and do you enjoy it or not? Okay, firstly, this is a frequently asked question. If whether or not you can add me from my battle tag for like on Overwatch or any other game. Unfortunately, no. I like to keep my stuff private to myself because I don't like getting spammed when I'm trying to play games. I'm more comfortable with playing with my circle. I hope you guys understand that. I won't openly accept friend invites unless I personally know you, because I don't know, I'm just not like a very open person. Like I find it really hard to socialize sometimes. I still love you guys, but I just hope you respect my privacy bubble a little bit. If I'm not comfortable, just let me be. What's my take about the GOATS meta? Do I enjoy it or not? When I watch Overwatch League and they constantly run GOATS, it might get kind of boring, I guess, because you see the same team composition the entire time, and it's just whether or not like one side fucks up or the other side fucks up, which sometimes it'll make the match too long, and like, there's nothing exciting going on, which I can like agree to some extent it is. I don't really play comp, so I don't know how frustrating it is to deal with it in comp. I guess I'm quite neutral to this. I can't say that I don't like it, and I can't say that I like it because I haven't like experienced it full front. I'm just like a third party watching. But I can agree to a certain extent that it's not too enjoyable to watch, is all I can say. Next question, what's your mood booster? Depending on what I feel like doing that day, if I'm in a bad mood, I'd either like, take a nap, go outside. I would just go on my Stan Twitter, because I have a Stan Twitter account for my BTS stuff, because I don't want to spam you guys with all that shit on all my other socials. I just go there, scroll down, look at a couple Jin videos, Jin pictures, Jin gifs. Sometimes it makes me happy, but sometimes if it really doesn't, I'll go out, take a walk, take a nap, or just, chill with this guy. Like, you want a mood booster? He's the ultimate mood booster. Most of the time he's just sleeping, and I scream at him because he's so cute when he sleeps. I'm so sorry he looks a bit disheveled because I woke him up to carry him like this. You can't see his eyes because his mustache has exploded. But this little guy right here, he's my number one mood booster. I love him to death. Love you, boy. Next question. What is my first cosplay? Any guesses? What would you think? It's enough thinking. I'm gonna tell you the answer right now. My first cosplay was, surprise, surprise, Hatsune Miku from Vocaloid. I guess same goes with a lot of people out there, like their first cosplays are just Miku. I started in 2010, and Miku was, I think, one of the first, like, my favorite things at point in time, because it was a brand new thing. Like, Vocaloid was a brand new thing there, and it was like a big thing. I listened to a lot of Miku songs. I enjoy them just like everyone else does in 2019 still. And my first cosplay was just default Miku. I bought the costume from someone, I think, and I bought a secondhand wig, which ended up being so tangled the moment I got it. It just looked like a bunch of pubes. You know how Miku has leaks? I literally went to the market to get like fucking fresh leaks. Y'all can fucking judge me, but I was literally like 13 then. I look like I have a fucking brain. Bitch out there with fucking real vegetables going to you like fucking bitch. Neggy motherfucker. Next question is from Instagram. Best convention memories? I had quite a few of them actually. Another one of my favorite convention memories is the first time I've boofed with a friend a few years back at Cosfest. It was pretty fucking chaotic, but it was really fucking fun. Especially the second day when I was cosplaying as Narumi Momose from Wotakoi. In one episode, she was boofing as well, but at Comic-Con, she was selling her doujins. The people that went by who caught my reference, it really made me really happy. They're like, oh shit, she's boofing. My god, like, she's selling doujins and shit. My god, it's a Narumi. She's boofing. And the fact that Momoko was my partner in crime at the booth, and there's so much bullshit that happened that day, or that weekend for that matter, it just made me like, it was just a really memorable experience for me. Next question. This one's from Facebook. How to face tape? Honestly speaking, put it in your face and get it over with. You tape your face this side, pull it upwards, the bottom, pull it upwards as well, so your face will be all nice and slim. I have some on right now, but you can't tell. Put some where the end of your wig cap is here, pull it up, so your eyes will be nice and big and Kira, get that flash. This one's from Instagram. Met any good friends through cosplay? Oh, fuck yes. I've met so many nice people, so many close friends through cosplay. Honestly speaking, I couldn't have asked for better friends. I've met so many people, so thankful to meet them as well. Most of them are generally really nice. And I have like a group of close friends that I met through cosplay that I'm really thankful for. So yes, I have. Next one's from Facebook. What's my favorite video game? Obviously, people who know me for a long period of time, I guess you kind of know my answer. It would have to be Overwatch, because I don't know, I love it to death because I've just met so many nice people through it, like both locally and internationally. And playing with these groups of people, like, they're all different. but the experience and the fun is still in there. I don't play Battle Royale because it gives me mad anxiety. I'm pretty sure people out there can relate. I'm not good at FPS or aiming for that matter, so Battle Royale is just anxiety.com for me. Like, I can't do that. But Overwatch, because it's a team playing game, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't make me feel as shitty when I play with like people who are like of my same caliber. Also because I really like the art style, the stories, the plots, the cinematics, so it caught me as a person. Like, I really like that kind of, I love the visuals as well, is what I'm trying to say. I love the visuals. So Overwatch would be my favorite video game. Next question. If you had all the skills in the world, what's that one dream cosplay? Oh yes, if I had all the skills in the world, my one dream cosplay would be probably something from the World of Warcraft. If you guys know World of Warcraft, you know that their designs are fucking insane. How does one do armor like that? So I guess if I could pick one dream cosplay, I don't know who exactly from WoW, but it would have to be from WoW. Like, I don't know who specifically, but it's from that series. How do you manage your free time and cosplay time? Like, overall, does burnout occur frequently? This is a good question actually, because I do burn myself out quite frequently, and because your girl just doesn't know her fucking limits and I always push it. But yeah, I tend to organize my time and for work and leisure in my planner. I have a monthly planner that I started using this year because this year is the year that I want to get things in order, because I didn't have one for the past few years and I just kind of struggled remembering shit a little bit. So I wrote it all down. But the thing is about writing it down is that sometimes you don't know your limits. You just see, oh, I'm free that day. My photographer is free that day. You don't just write it down. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And when you actually do it, you don't know how exhausting it is. And most of the time I accidentally burn out myself and I kind of get sick. Other than that, it's not really that big of an issue, because once you get going, like, your momentum will keep going and you will want to keep doing it. But once it stops, that's when you see like that landslide of laziness going like, oh fuck, I just don't want to do this today, and your plans get shifted, cancelled, whatever. How I manage it is just get a planner and try to stick to your planner as much as you can. Try not to burn yourself out. But if you are having a really busy week with a lot of shoots, I would say it's best to get your drive going so you can keep going, because once you stop, you're not gonna want to do anything. If you weren't cosplaying, what do you think you'll be doing right now? I don't know. Honestly speaking, if I didn't pick up cosplay as my current job, I think I would still be out there working odd jobs here and there. Next question. Favorite BTS song? My favorite song of all time would have to be Spring Day. It was one of my first songs that I've heard from them. For most people, they'll be like, oh, it's pretty cliche because it's popular and all that. But this song really spoke to me. The video visuals, the lyrics, the song itself, it just spoke to me. If I had to list like the top 5, it would have to be Spring Day, Microcosmos, Serendipity, Epiphany for sure, and probably Euphoria. There's a lot of good songs that are by them that are older. The messages from them, it's the lyrics that really speak to me. So all the newer songs have really beautiful lyrics. There's something in that message that really hits close to home sometimes, and I feel that, I really enjoy things that I can relate to, which is what they've given me. Favorite movie that you can watch over and over, that would have to be Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. It's my favorite movie of all time. I've actually watched it like so many times now that I kind of remember what happens. Why are you so feisty and fierce? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are wondering why sometimes on Instagram I'm just so fucking savage and like I like to roast people. It's not that I like to roast people, I just like to keep it real, you gotta keep it real. I don't like to, keep up a persona, like I said, to entertain people, because no one lives to please everyone. If I have to be who I am to some people and decline things that I do not feel comfortable with, I will damn right do that. And if you find that I'm feisty and fierce, don't like it, then unfollow me, and no one asks you to follow me. If you don't like it, why are you here? Next question I get asked a lot actually. Any meaning behind your name Kyo? A lot of people assume that I named myself after Pocca's grapefruit juice drink that's of the same name, Kyo. That shit didn't even exist when I started cosplaying in 2010. That shit only existed up till recently. Honestly speaking, I know some people have really like inspiring stories to how they got their cosplay aliases, their cosplay names, and some of them have like, I don't know, they have like really nice stories to their names, but I don't have that. I was just that bitch who was like, you know what? I should not use my real name. I'm just gonna go on fucking Japanese baby names and be like, gonna read all the meanings and see like, what's good. So I scrolled down and I read all the names, and I was like, oh, this one sounds pretty good. And bam, that's who I is. What ways do you know on how to cope with a person that's always pissed? The best thing you can do for a person who's always pissed, because they're not always in that mood. You need to trigger something so that they will be pissed. When they're in a good mood, just, try not to trigger them. If you know like certain things trigger them, you gotta be more careful with your words. But if they do get triggered, please just give them space. And if they're willing to open up to you, just talk to them. Because sometimes a person who's always pissed might have more lying internal problems instead of just you making them mad. Might be something going on at home and all that. Just give them space, and if they would like to talk to you, they will talk to you. So don't worry about it, just let them chill for a bit. Do you still celebrate Choco's birthday with a cake? Unfortunately, not a whole cake, because my boy's been getting very chonky lately, and you can see it once you shave him down and you think it's just he looks big because he's furry, but no, you shave him down and he's mad chonk. We've been trying to give him lesser dog cake over the past few years. It went from like that first cake to like several tiny cupcakes to like now it's probably just one cupcake. We're just trying to keep it on a healthy weight, We want to give him a whole cake, but he's mad chonk right now, and I don't think it's healthy for him to be even chonkier. Next question. How do you have the confidence to get out there in public eye in character? You think I'll be used to this by now since I've been cosplaying for about 9 years, but I'm not used to it at all. I'm still very shy. I only have the confidence to go into public spaces in my costume if I'm with people that I know, or if it's con season and I'm within like a convention area and there's like a lot of cosplayers. At least I'm not alone. It's like you have everyone else there and they'll be like, oh, it must be an event going on, rather than just one weird person in a wig and in a costume just walking around out there like something must be wrong with her or something. And the last question for this Q&A would be from my beloved girl Rez. How do you plan for a shoot? Like, what do you prepare first besides the costume? If I have a shoot the next day, first thing I would do would be the wig, because I feel like the wig takes up the most time. Sometimes you think simple styles would be really fast, but depending on what kind of wig you get, some of them might be pre-cut, which will save you a lot of time, or some of them will be like those fucking scam websites where you order it and it's like totally unstyled, uncut. It just don't look right. So sometimes even the simplest of things might take the longest time. Simplest of styles might take the longest time. Like, you gotta trim it, layer it, make sure it's like how it's supposed to be. So I'd say the wig comes first, because costume wise, if you buy your costumes, you just need to take it out of the bag, probably iron it or steam it, and that's all you gotta do. If it's the kind that's hard to put on, you should try it on the day before first. You might have costume malfunctions on shoot day itself, or like, things don't fit right, and then everything, you just end up wasting time on that day that you could be used to shoot. My tip would be, do your wig first, wig 1. Try your costume on number 2 if it's not those really simple ones. Yeah, I guess that's all that you need to prepare: wig and costume. And armor. Armor makes sure that everything's alright, and like when you pack it up together, make sure everything doesn't stick, because the worst thing to have is like fresh coated paint, and then like you put it in a bag and you take it out after when you reach the location and it sticks to your bag and it rips it off and it's horrible. Like, sometimes you can shop it off, but sometimes it's just a big no. That would be my answer to the last question. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do this again with you guys. Thank you so much for the 200,000 followers. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!